Hey there, top 5 fans. Today, we are going to dive into an epic showdown that's sure to have you on the edge of your seat. It's a battle for the ages as we pit the unstoppable force of the Hulk against the unpredictable chaos of Deadpool. Who will come out on top in this clash of titans? But before we jump into the action, remember, if you enjoy our videos, don't just sit there like a statue. Hit that subscribe button. Plus, it's way cheaper than therapy for your FOMO. So, without further ado, let's get ready to rumble. The Hulk. Dr. Bruce Banner was a brilliant scientist, specializing in gamma radiation. After a freak accident during an experiment, he was exposed to a massive dose of gamma rays. This traumatic event triggered a transformation within him. Whenever he experienced extreme anger or stress, Bruce would turn into the Hulk, a colossal green behemoth with immense strength and near invulnerability. The Hulk became a symbol of rage and power, a being who could level cities but also grappled with the complexity of his dual existence as Bruce Banner, a man seeking peace in a world that often rejected him. Deadpool. Wade Wilson was once a mercenary with a dark past, battling cancer and seeking a cure. He volunteered for a secretive government program that experimented with an untested healing factor. The procedure was a success, granting him accelerated healing and enhanced reflexes, but it also left him disfigured and mentally unstable. Embracing his chaotic nature, Deadpool became the merc with a mouth, known for his irreverent humor, breaking the fourth wall, and a penchant for violence. With a relentless drive and a near-immortal body, he plunged into a life of mercenary work, accepting contracts that often led him into absurd and dangerous situations. In the heart of a desolate wasteland, the sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows over the cracked earth. Two figures stood opposite each other, each representing the pinnacle of strength and chaos. The air crackled with tension as the Hulk and Deadpool prepared for a battle that would shake the very foundations of the ground beneath them. "Hey, big guy!" Deadpool shouted, twirling his katanas playfully. "You ready for a little fun? Or are you just going to stand there and flex those muscles?" The Hulk's response was a low growl, his green skin glistening in the fading light. Hulk smash! With that, the battle began. Hulk charged forward, fists raised, determined to crush his opponent. Deadpool nimbly dodged, using his agility to evade the powerful blows. He retaliated with swift strikes, slashing at Hulk's thick skin. The healing factor that made Deadpool nearly immortal allowed him to bounce back from the Hulk's counterattacks, laughter echoing amidst the chaos. "Is that all you've got? I've faced worse in my bathroom." Deadpool taunted, as he delivered a series of quick strikes to Hulk's torso. But the Hulk was relentless. With a swift motion, he grabbed Deadpool by the leg and sent him crashing into the ground. "Hulk strongest there is," he roared, following up with a devastating stomp. Deadpool rolled just in time to avoid the crushing blow, his healing ability working overtime to mend the damage he had already sustained. The battle raged on, each fighter refusing to back down. Hulk's rage fueled his attacks, growing stronger with every blow he landed. Deadpool, despite his injuries, was relentless, using every dirty trick in the book, from throwing grenades to employing smoke bombs. He even attempted to charm the Hulk with his absurd humor, trying to distract him long enough to gain the upper hand. "Come on, can't we settle this over tacos?" Deadpool quipped, dodging another punch. "I promise, I'll pay." With a roar, Hulk lunged forward, catching Deadpool off guard. The impact sent the mercenary flying back, crashing into a boulder. For a moment, it seemed as though the tide had turned in Hulk's favor. But Deadpool wasn't finished. He staggered to his feet, a determined glint in his eye. "You know, I've always wanted to know what it feels like to fight the strongest Avenger," he yelled, charging back at Hulk with renewed vigor. He unleashed a flurry of strikes, aiming for Hulk's eyes, and managed to stagger him momentarily. As the fight escalated, the ground beneath them began to crack, and debris flew through the air. They were both battered and bruised, yet neither was willing to concede. The battle was a culmination of rage, chaos, and sheer willpower. In a final, desperate move, Deadpool pulled out a hidden weapon, a powerful explosive grenade. "Time to blow this party up," he shouted, throwing it at Hulk. The explosion rocked the battlefield, sending both combatants tumbling. As the dust settled, both fighters struggled to rise. Hulk, though injured, pushed himself up with a primal scream, ready to finish the fight. Deadpool, however, was slower to recover. The explosion had taken its toll, and he lay on the ground, gasping for breath. In a heart-stopping moment, Hulk stood over him, fists clenched, ready to deliver the final blow. Hulk smashed Deadpool, he roared, raising his fist high. But in that fleeting second, Deadpool summoned every ounce of strength and humor he had left. "Hey, big guy, can I at least get a selfie before you end me?" he quipped with a weak grin. With that, Hulk's fist came crashing down. The world seemed to freeze as the impact resonated, and then silence enveloped the battlefield. In the dust and rubble, only one figure remained standing, Hulk, panting heavily, his eyes reflecting a mix of anger and sorrow. He had won the battle, but the cost weighed heavily on him. As the sun set, casting a crimson hue over the wasteland, the legacy of the fight echoed in the air. Hulk had triumphed, but the price of victory was a heavy one, as he reflected on the chaos that was Deadpool, a force of nature that could never truly be gone. Just as Hulk turned to walk away, the dust began to settle, revealing the unmistakable outline of Deadpool, still lying motionless on the ground. However, once Hulk was out of sight, a mischievous grin spread across Deadpool's face. With a theatrical flair, he opened one eye to peek around, ensuring the coast was clearly. "Phew! That was close," he chuckled to himself, pushing himself up with exaggerated slowness. Note to self: never challenge a giant green rage monster to a fight. But hey, at least I got a good laugh out of it. With a chuckle, Deadpool dusted himself off, fully aware that he had lived to fight another day. The battle had been fierce, and while Hulk had won, Deadpool had once again defied the odds, proving that he was as much a master of survival as he was of chaos. As the moon rose high in the sky, Deadpool, ever the Joker, pulled out his phone and snapped a selfie against the backdrop of the battlefield, captioning it with, "Survived another day." Hashtag Deadpool vs Hulk, hashtag not really dead, hashtag just kidding. And so, the legend of their battle would continue, with Deadpool finding yet another way to escape the jaws of defeat, embodying the chaos and humor that made him a true survivor.